Well, hello everyone, TheOntarioGardener here, back with another Turkey Day Update automation video. In today's clip, we're going to be talking about the nut loaf. Now, the nut loaf as well as the turkey are both part of the Autumn Turkey Day event. When that event goes away, the autumn maps will go away as well as the turkey and the nut loaf. At the time of this recording, they will be active at least for another week. So we have our setup here. It's pretty straightforward. It's probably as compact as I found to make it. Because with nut loaf, you need to chop the nuts. And you also need to chop the onion, which I have 2 conveyor mixers for that. And then you obviously have to combine the two somehow. You could combine both of them onto the hob. I don't really think that saves any time really or any space. Basically, this is a 4x3. Now again, you wouldn't need this like that. You wouldn't actually need a prep station either. If you want to just run it like that, you could have it as small as a 3x3 if you're really looking to cut space, because it'll portion right from here, or you can configure this any way you like. So the smallest way to do it is a 3x3, but if you want to prep some of it and use the space completely, you want to do something like this. Now again, this could be a regular grabber facing out. This is a regular grabber facing down, and there you go. So, and you may say, okay, well, does it matter where the nuts and the onions are? And the answer is yes, because the nuts chop slower than the onion. The onion will always combine up here onto that mixer before it pushes onto the safety hub. So let's just run this, because the nut loaf actually takes a while. See, look at it now. The onion chops faster, because if you'd have it the other way and have the nuts here, the first onion would get pushed through before the nuts could catch up to it. But because the onions chop significantly faster, you always have a nut loaf going. Now the nut loaf does take a while to cook, but again, this is going to be your main dish. It's not going to be a starter. And if you're using something like a frozen prep station, or you could probably even you could put a freezer kind of where this is and have a conveyor belt grabbing it from here to have an extra one. But for my money, you do something like this. There you go. And one nut loaf gives you 3 slices, which is very odd, by the way. It just doesn't give you 4, it doesn't give you 2, it gives you 3. I guess similar to how soup is. Now, there is no icon as far as when you're chopping the nut loaf in half. It goes from, a full one to an empty one. There isn't really an item visual in between that. And again, this takes a long time to cook. So it'd be better to have a couple of these saved up in the prep stations. Again, you could rig this however you want to have multiple ones done, because it does take so long. But if you're looking for a fully automated way to do nut loaf, where you could set it and forget it, basically you could have this prep station sticking out of a counter over here or out of a pass-through, something like that. You could hide this away. Could you do this in a 2x2? Yes, it'd be a bit messier. You'd have to put a conveyor belt where the mixer is here, push this mixer back one space, and then have everything combining onto the onto the grabber. So it is possible to do it in a 2x, I guess it would be a 2x5 space, which again is 10. Again, if you don't count these two, obviously, then this would count more. But anyway, if you're looking to maximize your space, this is basically a 4x3 maximum usage of space, because you have 4, 5, 6, 7 all ready to go. As soon as you start taking one off, you're going to have 8, and then you're going to have your 9th one there. So again, you could use a little bit of figuring out how to get one of these auto going all the time. But again, this is full automation. This is full automation for nut loaf. It's pretty straightforward. There's nothing too complicated. You have to chop the nuts, you have to chop the onion, you have to combine the two of them, and then you portion it. You get 3 portions per nut loaf. It does take a long time, which I wish it didn't take as long a time, but it does. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving me a like as well as a comment on the video. And if you're enjoying my channel as well as these guides and tutorials, please consider subscribing to the channel. We'd much appreciated. And I'll catch you guys in the next Turkey Day Update automation video. Take care now.